Welcome to the Peachtree Morning Show by DCI. It's a wise way to start the day. Hope you enjoy.
Let's go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Peachtree Morning Show. And we are excited to be here with Geshe Michael Roach. Please welcome him. And yeah.
I would like to introduce our guest today. First is Vitaly Tarangul, who is a lawyer and a successful business person in Kiev, Ukraine. He has worked for the highest offices of the government in Ukraine. And now he's a very successful business guy. And also he and his wife, Victoria, are the founders of Diamond Wisdom, which is sharing the wisdom of the Diamond Cutter Institute among all Russian speakers. And his wife, Victoria Tarangul, she is a professor in the University for Fiscal Policy Economics. And they are also, together, they are the manager of two beautiful children.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd like to turn it over to Vitaly.
Okay, by the way, one of our kids, the young daughter, prepared this beautiful calendar for today that it's April 7, and we are a Peachtree Morning Show. I would like you to relax, take some tea or coffee or whatever you'd love to. Oh, cheers. And join us. Feel relaxed and let's discuss some beautiful questions. And today we have a really, really beautiful question from
Luis.
It's from Luis, from Mexico City. And now I will turn it for you.
Hi, this is Luis from Mexico. For the last 4 years, I've used the four-step system in my relationship and my work. Happily, I can say it has worked great. But also, for the last 2 years, I've been planting seeds for financial success with no positive results. Actually, every time it seems my seed will open, something happened that the result back to be far again. According to DCI system, what should I do to prevent this from happening? Thank you.
Wow, I
Thank
think it's really cool question. And many people around the world are very excited about the results in finances and financial life. And I think it's really cool question because I really love the idea that Geshe shares with us. Like you have to be a detective to search for the seeds that you probably planted, why you don't get the result that you expect. And usually we love to say that it's probably some seeds of meaningless talks, like probably some people when probably you talk with some people and during this talk they don't get some positive result or something good from this talk, and people should avoid it. And you know, I've been analyzing my life because last year we couldn't reach our goal in the business, and I was wondering why it happened, what's wrong with that. And then I started to check myself, and I realized that I always love to create new ideas and I love to share the new ideas. And each time I come to my team and I have plenty of ideas, but usually I just talk about them and not doing anything. Some of them just go somewhere and they look like a big ideas, but I'm talking about them, but I don't do anything about it. And I realized that it looks like a meaningless talk, and I'm just wasting other people's time. And we know that in the Asian tradition, the time is the most precious that we have. And I'm wasting their time talking just blah, 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 and not doing anything in this project. So I think that Luis should think about something like that. What do you think, Victoria? Do you have something to add?
I like your idea about meaningless talk because as we know that small seeds plant in big results. So small meaningless speech leads to meaningless actions actually, and leads to meaningless results. And you know, I had one participant, I remember, came to me in a Dymax talk, and he asked me that he did a lot of different businesses, and he came from occupied territory to the capital, to Kiev, and he tried to start new business, and he did a lot, but at the final stage something goes wrong and he didn't get his result. And while we were analyzing, and he spoke a lot of meaningless speech, he were criticized. What does it mean actually, meaningless speech? It's when we talk something unimportant. It, for example, criticizing, exactly this person was criticizing politicians, he was criticizing governments, he was criticizing laws. So he couldn't, and I think it's important to pay attention how we speak about what we are doing actually, and how we speak about people who around us, for example. And if we criticize and we plant seeds which is meaningful. Well, Geshe, what do you think about this? Is it relevant to this question or no?
Oh, I think it's perfect. I think what you guys said is perfect because also it's very practical. He can take this and he can check something specific in his life. Geshe Michael likes to do theory, you know, and so this is springtime in Arizona, which is usually 2 days long. Then the hot weather comes, and we are planting our garden, and we are putting the seeds in the garden. And we in the back of our house, we planted some special clover. Clover is a kind of grass, and it makes a small flower, and the bees really like it. So we've had bees for several years. Actually, our bees died, and this year we are getting a new set in about 2 weeks. So we like to grow things that they like to eat. And so we will work very, very hard to prepare the soil, because where I live, the soil is 50% rock and desert. And we will prepare the soil, then we will plant the special seeds. And then we water, and then something else comes up. You know, some kind of weed comes up, and no flower, no clover, nothing, just weeds, you know. And I was thinking, nobody in the world will say the clover seed suddenly changed halfway and became a weed. Nobody will say that. They will say, automatically we will think, oh, those seed was there before I planted the clover. Must be there was some other seed under the ground, and so it grew first. So I think it's the same when you work really hard to plant the seeds for business success, and then something else happened. I think it's very important to understand that that's not the seed you planted. That has to be the seed was there before. Because in the garden, automatically you will think, oh, that seed was there before, you know. And you have to think the same in your life, I think, in your financial life. What do you guys think about the other side? I mean, he has a mix. He has the relationship seed grew very nice, and then the financial seed didn't grow so nice. So what about the mix?
I think that it is really cool because like Luis should be very happy because his four-step practice works and he's got the results in his relationships, and I think it's very important. But from the other hand, in his business or in his goal for the financial freedom, something goes wrong, and he should really look really precisely what wrong is he doing there, why he doesn't get the results. Probably he can help somebody to get some result in their financial, in their business. So he can make another four-step practice to help somebody to get the result that he would love to get. And I think it can work for him. And also, I think that something divides him from getting the results. So there is some obstacles. So probably he should review his life and find these obstacles. Maybe he makes the obstacles for the other people to get their result.
One idea came to me regarding what you are saying now. uh, can be, I think, that he, about obstacle, yes, probably he used to do something, but don't lead his action to the result. Like, you know, all of us have some uncompleted tasks.
Oh.
And you know, you are planning a lot, you are planning a lot, but something you do, something you stop to do. For example, when you go to gym and stuff, and you stop to go to gym, and or you start to do yoga and you stop, finish, or you do your four plan step, yes, you do your coffee meditation, for example, but and on half road you stop yourself because of you're lazy, or I don't know. I think it's obstacle for us actually uh, to not use to complete our task. So I think it's very important, if you decided to do something, you have to keep going to your goal. Same with his financial. So, and same with how Geshe said, bird poop seed.
Yeah, bird poop seeds. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to keep going to do your coffee meditation and to continue plant seeds, good seeds, as more as you can to your financial, to give more, especially during this time. You have to give even more.
I think it's pretty cool because I love to be a high performer. So I have a lot of different task managers and so on. And sometimes I find a lot of tasks that just traveling from a week to week, from month to month, and they are not completed. And I think it also creates bad seeds for me that I'm not completed what I have already started. So I think it's a beautiful opportunity now that we are on a quarantine and we are sitting home. We can just review and we can start complete just some specific tasks, not so many, just one or two, and it will, I think, plant a good seeds to get the results.
To see you as getting results, even the problem steps for financial goal.
So we have a tradition in America, and I know you don't have tradition everywhere in the world, and sometimes people are shocked when I do it, but in America, it's a big tradition to make fun of the president. And ever since I was a kid, 100 years ago, my parents will teach us to say funny things about the president. So our president, we are lucky because we can say many funny things whole day. We can say funny things about him. And but I was thinking one thing he did correct, okay? One thing he had a good idea, only one, okay? And he said he made a law that when you make a new law, they have to cancel one old law. So then we don't get a million laws, you know, because the law books, like when we hire a lawyer in the United States, we hire them because they have 10,000 law books and they can look up all the old laws. And I think it's a good rule. So I think what Vitaly and Victoria, what you're talking about, it would be nice when you decide to do a new project, by law, you have to cancel one old project, you know. You have to give up some other project. Yeah. Victoria?
I totally agree with you. It's a good idea. I will definitely review my list after this talk. I will cancel a lot of them.
So it's a good time to check your list. And for Louis, probably you have to check your tasks, what you promised to do and you didn't. So probably it's a good time to check it.
I think it's really beautiful in a seed system that by looking for a small seeds, we can see the big result, and we can avoid a problem by finding small seeds, the wrong seeds that we plant. So we will encourage Louis to be a success detective and to look through all his actions and to find these bad seeds.
And keep going.
Yeah, keep going, because you have a beautiful karma that all your four-step practice works, and you get the beautiful results in other areas.
So keep going.
I find because of the quarantine, in the first few weeks, you know, 1 or 2 weeks, I was so happy. I say, now I can finish all of my old projects, you know.
Oh,
And I have many books that are half written, like a book with Dr. Norbiakov, Mirza Karim,
yeah.
and I never finished the English. And so in the first 2 weeks, I thought, oh, this is great. I can finish all my old projects while I'm locked in my house. But then I start to make new projects,
Yeah.
and the old one got stuck the same as you know. So I think to keep a limited number of projects. Yeah, I think that's what you guys are saying. How will you wrap up for this project?
Um,
I'm eating breakfast. Okay.
Yeah. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit, yeah. I think in recap, we have to say for Luis to be a success detective and to find the seeds of meaningless talk. So you should be very precise when you talk about something, especially in this period with the coronavirus around and people love to share different messages, to talk about different things. Try to focus that every your speech would bring some good result for other person or the beautiful idea or some value for the other person. I think this is the one of core messages.
Yeah, especially with the finance, when everybody now is scary about their finance. So you have to be very careful about what you are talking about. Finance, is it meaningful or not? So try to do your speech more meaningful and make a habit to complete your tasks. And as Geshe Michael said, eliminate all unimportant tasks, unimportant projects, but do what really is important for you and finish it. See yourself as doing completed tasks. See yourself as getting results. Then you will see yourself as getting results. These your big 4 planned steps.
My final thing is, you know, money will get tight in the next few weeks, you know, and nobody's working, and all of the economic connections are broken, and so money will get tight, and human nature is to get tight and don't share what we have. And I think in this time, it's the perfect time for 4 steps. It's absolutely, it's like heaven sent this opportunity for the 4-step people to make more money, because you can be more generous now. We don't have as much money as we had 6 months ago or 3 months ago, but what we have, you know, smaller amount what we have, if we can keep sharing, keep helping other people, I think everything, all the 4 steps done during this virus will be more powerful, much more powerful. So then I think you will be super successful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's a beautiful idea for the when you are in need and you are still sharing and you are generous, and it's a huge, powerful seed. Okay, at the end we would like to finish with a ping pong because Noor and Sage, they send us a ball with a question, and now we have a question for them. So I will turn on the question for Noor.
This message is for Geshe Michael. I seem to be surrounded by a great deal of negativity. My credit cards were compromised twice within a month. My storage unit was broken into. Someone wants to make me feel vulnerable, or at least that is how I perceive it. And I don't know really what to do about it, and what is the seed and how it can affect my family. What can I do to protect them and myself?
Wow,
Thank you.
it's very beautiful question, and it is in a row because we started to talk about the finances, and finances here is another topic for next Peachtree morning show, and we would for tomorrow, yeah, and we would love to say bye bye and see you on the next. Oh, by the way, we encourage you to pose the questions. It's pretty easy. You can take your phone very quickly and just record 30-second question and send it to us, and we will be happy to answer it. say bye-bye.
Thank you for being
Yes.
with us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Vika and Vitali. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Geshe.
Geshe-la.
We'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah, see you on
Bye.
Thursday. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching today's Peachtree Morning Show. See you next time.